Hello, Malaysians. Uh, this time around, I'm not going to read out the names of the three Penghulu judges of the Court of Appeal because I am going to talk about something else other than the nasty uh, incident that involved these three Penghulu judges. Criminals! Anyway, my point here, this time around, I want to speak to the issue that is prevailing in Kuala Lumpur now. Very stupid issue. This idiot MP, whatever his name is, can't be bothered to know who he is or what his name is. I just know that he is a man of low intellect, no culture, no education. So happened that he is a UMNO member, and he got elected to be MP for his constituency. That's all. What is so creditable about being MP of a bunch of jungle wallas, some kampung people who have no culture, no education, no intelligence. To this MP, whoever he is, I say, you are one sorry son of a bitch. I am, of course, referring to this idiot's rally to get the Malays to hang Ambiga because Ambiga was one of the main organizers of Bersih 3. You see, Bersih 3, Bersih 2, Bersih 1, whatever, it is politics. That's how you mobilize opinion. You have leaders who will mobilize opinion. And why is it that these leaders stick their neck out to mobilize opinion? Because there is something wrong with the society you are in, and therefore, to do good, to improve the environment of your society, you organize opinion to shape the direction of the country. That is what democracy is all about. Democracy is not like in Malaysia. There is no democracy in Malaysia because everybody sits on his hands. And if you say anything at all, these UMNO thugs will come and try and do injury to you. I mean, it could be anything. They could be just, create some nonsense to frame you, pull you into the police lockup and give you a real hiding, That is not democracy. I mean, you guys, 55 years almost, you allege to practice democracy, but it is not democracy. It's an oligarchy. Oligarchy in the sense that a few families, the Tun Razak family, the Tun Hussein On family, the Tun Mahathir family, these are the oligarchs. You see, they are pockets of well-funded families that control all the levers of the country. So in actual fact, UMNO is not one huge political party. UMNO is an oligarchy that is organized around certain of these families, not because they provide leadership. No, these people do not provide leadership. They don't even know what leadership means. They are there because their father, being Prime Minister of the land, made a lot of money. And Malays, sorry to say, I'm sure you don't like what I'm trying to say, but Malays worship people with money. If you are a person with great wealth, the Malays will worship you. It's that sort of thing, you know. It's not so, for the Chinese, yeah, we admire a guy with money, but we don't worship such people. Yes, we have all these billionaires, Robert Koch, Lim Go Tong, Tan Lak Sai. You never heard of Tan Lak Sai, most probably way back days. Lee Kon Chen. We got a lot of icons of great wealth. But we admire them, we respect them, we admire them, and we wish we could be like that. But we Chinese never worship people with money. We try and get it ourselves. That's what makes the difference between a Chinese and a Malay. For you Malays, you are all the time followers. You got one or two, like I say, leading families, and all the rest of you will flock to them, pay obeisance to them. What I think the Malay word is called samba, is it? Maybe it's called samba, I don't know. My Malay is shit really, nothing to talk about. Anyway, Malaysia for 55 years has only one party rule. You may as well turn yourself into a dictatorship. You are, in every respect, a dictatorship. Because as I said, you got these few families who run the country. Sorry to say really, but let me ask you, what sort of leadership has Najib Razak provided for the country? He can't even make a public speech in a mature fashion. I mean, pit him against Anwar. It's like putting a primary school kid against a university graduate. You see, Anwar is articulate. I mean, he speaks very well. He articulates his ideas very well. But what's Najib? It's just nonsense. And yet, you people worship him. You say he's got popularity rating 95% and so on and so on. It's all this bullshit. Whoever conducted any poll on the popularity of Najib? Who did it? So, it's a lot of nonsense. Now, the reason I'm straying a bit really, but the point I want to bring up today is to show how uncouth that uncouth and so illiterate you UMNO people to attack Ambiga, attack her personally as a person, not as leader of Bersih. You want to wrench her neck out, because like this sorry son of a bitch MP saying, rallying people to hang Ambiga. If he had said this in Perth, he will go to jail. You see, in Australia, you cannot threaten a man with his life. You see, you will be prosecuted and you will be put in jail. But in Malaysia, you guys are real sorry son of a bitch. You guys just so dumb. Ambiga should be honored because she is principled enough to stand up and rally the people for a free and fair election. What's wrong with that? Huh? You want to continue rigging the polls, you want to continue stealing ballot paper, you want to continue stuffing ballot paper up. I mean, look at it. They are asking Ambiga and her Bersih movement is asking the government, please be a real government. Don't be a joke. We want you a free and fair election because we want to determine the support of the people. You realize that you've lost the Malay middle class. You've lost Malay support. You didn't lose 100% because there are still lots of foolish Malays following your backside. But you lost sufficient Malay support to give past 50% of Malay support. So, UMNO got 50%, PAS has 50%. So it all boils down to the minority support, the Chinese support. And of course, among the Chinese, we have this bunch of crooks, fraudsters, the MCA people. They sold the Chinese out for 55 years. And now, you Chinese people, my dear brothers and sisters, don't support MCA. Don't ever support the so-called Barisan Nasional. There is no Barisan Nasional. There's only UMNO and a few little running dogs, MCA people, shoring up the tail end of UMNO support. Well, anyway, I hope most of you will see that Ambiga is an exceptional leader, a person who does not go into politics, who does not want to go into politics. All she wants, why? She's working, she's got a good practice as a lawyer. Why should she go into practice, into politics? Why? Does she want to make more money in corruption? I don't think so. She is making very good money, and I believe she's a very good lawyer. I've spoken to her only once over the phone. I remind her I had this trouble with Lim and Ho, and I was reporting Lim and Ho to her about their unethical practices. So anyway, nothing came of it, of course, because she was then also not. I think she passed the presidency of the Bar Council to somebody else. Anyway, I've spoken to her. She's a very fine woman, and Malaysia should be very proud to have such an honest and sincere leader. Ambiga, Dato Ambiga, I salute you. I pay you my unreserved respect. Continue your good work. Bring honesty to the elections, which for the moment I think is impossible. If you ask me, I don't think there will be a 13th general election because UMNO knows they will lose, and that's one reason why they are just hanging on. I don't know what they have in mind, because whatever they have in mind, they're going to lose. But how they're going to steal the election, how they're going to stuff the ballot boxes, how they're going to cheat, nobody knows. I think a very inspiring example is the recent election in Egypt. The military ruling council wanted to do a coup d'etat, take over the government. But millions upon millions upon millions of Egyptians poured into the street. and the military council just got cold feet and stepped back. That's an interesting subject. I will speak to you the next time round on the Egyptian elections and the end of the stranglehold of the Israeli government on the people of Egypt through the biggest traitor of all, Mubarak. They say he's on his last legs. I don't think so. I think they put this out to assure the people that if the election was won by the military council candidate, there won't be a Mubarak to run the show. That's one reason why they say Mubarak has died or dying or something like that. But that's not true. I think they have some other design, and I think most probably, as I said, they want to make Mubarak disappear so that they can at least calm the fears of the people that the Egyptian government after the election will revert back to Mubarakism. Anyway, we'll talk about it next time. I think my time is up already. Thank you very much. Good night.